श्रीराघवम् दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिम् रघुकुलान्मयरत्नदीपम् आजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामम् निशाचर विनाशकरम् नमामि नमामि नमामि
Ramakatha Rasavahini. Chapter 15, Part 2. Meanwhile, the sage spoke again, softly and sweetly, with a smile beaming on his resplendent face. Rama, I know in reality that you reside in the hearts of your devotees. Now, I will tell you the best place for this form of yours to stay. Listen, you can reside there with Sita and Lakshmana. Select those whose ears, like the ocean, receive gladly the streams of stories recounting your exploits and who are ever happy listening to the narrative of your divine acts and words. Whose tongues are busy repeating your name and tasting its nectarine sweetness. Whose throats recite and revel in the recitation of your praise and your words, which are soft and refreshingly sweet. Whose eyes yearn to see your cloud-blue form as the Chataka bird yearns for the first cloud burst. Whose ever-present longing is to discover you anywhere, in any quarter, and delight in the discovery when you find any such. O Rama, dwell there with Sita and Lakshmana. Rama, if you want me to elaborate further, listen. Stay in the heart of the person who discards evil in others and loves them for the good they have, who trudges along the journey of life in the path of morality and integrity, who observes approved limits of conduct and behavior, and who have faith in thought, word and deed that the universe is your creation and that the entire objective world is your body. Nevertheless, since you have assumed this human body and come here to carry out the commands of your mother and father and question me in that role, I venture to answer as if that role was real. You can reside on Chitrakuta hill. It has all the facilities for a comfortable stay. It is a holy place, a charming beauty spot. The atmosphere is saturated with love and peace. Lions and elephants roam together there, with no trace of rivalry. The river Mandakini, extolled in the Vedas, flows round the hill. Sages like Atri live there in hermitages, which you can visit and render more sacred. Confer your blessing on that sublime spot and on that dear divine river. Rama agreed and, receiving his permission to leave, resumed his journey with Sita and Lakshmana. Within a short time, they saw the Mandakini and were happy to bathe in its sacred waters and perform the prescribed ceremonial rites. They rested under a shady tree and ate some fruits before walking over the grass for some distance, admiring the scenery. Then Rama spoke. Lakshmana, I am at loss to decide on the exact spot to erect a cottage of leaf thatch and bamboo for our stay here. I don't find it easy to say which place is good and which isn't, so you select a spot. No sooner did these words fall on his ears than Lakshmana crumpled on the ground right at Rama's feet. He was in evident anguish. What wrong have I committed that you should speak to me thus? Is this a sentence for any sin? Or are you testing me and my nature? Are you joking and making fun of me? In great sorrow, he stood with his head bent with fear and anxiety. Rama was surprised. He went to him and clasped him to his bosom. Brother, what happened to make you so sad? I can't guess why you are so heartbroken. Tell me. He pleaded. Tell me why. Don't prolong my astonishment and sorrow. Lakshmana replied, Brother, I surrendered everything to you. I have no likes and dislikes. What is pleasing to you is on that account pleasing to me. You know this, yet you ask me to select a place that I like and erect a cottage for you thereon. My heart received a shock when you directed me to exercise my will. Order me where to raise it, and I will do so. Be merciful and don't speak to me in this strain. Bless me in accepting the surrender I offer at thy feet, the surrender of all of me, the will, the intelligence, the mind, the senses, the body, all with no exception and no reservation. I am your servant, following you in the hope of having the chance to serve you. Use me, command me, and have the command obeyed and the action accomplished. Rama consoled him and pacified his feelings. O Lakshmana, why are you worried so much on this little matter? Don't take it so much to heart. I gave you that direction in just a casual way. I am not unaware of the loyalty that fills your heart. Well, come along with me. Right, I shall erect the spot myself. With Sita by his side, he took the forest track, along with Lakshmana, and soon they sighted the northern bank of the Mandakini river. This length of bank was curved like a bow. It appeared as if the bow was held by the Chitrakuta peak, standing behind it like a hero. One felt that the arrows it was ready to let loose were sense control, mind control, charity, renunciation, and so on, and that the target they were intended to destroy was the gang of sin. Rama described the spot thusly and added, This hero will not withdraw from the fight. He directed the cottage to be built on that captivating spot. Lakshmana asked Rama and Sita to rest a while under a tree and set about collecting poles, leaves, creepers and fiber from the tree barks from which to spin ropes. In order to raise a hut spacious enough for three, he dug pits, planted poles, and labored quickly. When Sita and Rama rose from the shade after some rest, they found the cottage rising before their eyes, a thing of beauty, certain to be a lovely home by all counts. Rama felt he should help Lakshmana in his work, so, seeing his brother on the roof giving the finishing touches, he handed him from the grounds bits of string to tie the bundles of dry grass to the cross poles in order to thicken the thatch. Sita also wanted to help. She plucked long leaves from the tree branches Lakshmana had brought and gave sheaves of them to Rama to be passed on to Lakshmana. The house was ready for occupation even before sunset. Rama looked often and long at the neat little cottage, and he praised the devotion and skill of his brother to Sita in high terms. Sita also appreciated the house and said that she had yearned for a long time to live in just such a habitation. She told Rama that her long-cherished desire was fulfilled that day. Meanwhile, Lakshmana came down from the roof. He went round the cottage to examine whether anything was wanting. Then he asked permission from Rama to proceed to the Mandakini for a bath. A short while after, Sita and Rama went to the river and had their bath. They returned to the cottage and partook of the fruits that Lakshmana had gathered in the morning, and they slept soundly on the floor of their new home. Before another day passed, the news that Sita, Rama and Lakshmana had taken residence on Chitrakuta hill spread among the hermits of the forest, and groups of them bringing their pupils and comrades approached the sacred cottage. After seeing the Lord, they left for their hermitages. Rama asked them about their health and progress, and also asked about the difficulties they encountered. Rama assured them that whenever they required his service, he was ready with his brother to go to their rescue. But they mentioned no difficulties and referred to no troubles. They said, "O Rama, the fact that we have been able to see you is enough to make our lives trouble-free. We have no difficulties, nor can any difficulty come into our lives. Your grace is enough protection for us." They sat petrified with wonder at the charming personality of Rama. Rama welcomed the ascetics and treated them with affectionate regard. Seeing him and being in his presence cooled the pining hearts of the ascetics and gave them immense consolation and confidence. A deep calm descended on their consciousness. Rama is predominantly love. He made every one of the forest dwellers happy. He discoursed with them and slaked the thirst for love that was tormenting them. Those who came to him, whether ascetics or hunters, received from him instruction appropriate to their aspirations. Rama elevated their occupations into a higher level by sympathy and counsel. Those who went to him and returned from his presence talked among themselves of his virtues and compassion. They reached their homes extolling him and congratulating themselves. The forest where they had resolved to reside shone with a new glory and thrilled with a new joy right from the day they entered the cottage. It was charming to the eye and saturated with a coolness that delighted the mind. The ascetic communities that lived in the forest had fear and anxiety removed from their lives. In their place, spiritual bliss grew and flourished. Even the hard-hearted hunter clans started observing the rules of morality and soon became ornaments of the human race. The Vindhya mountain range was sad that the Chitrakuta mountain had won this fortune. Why? Not only the Vindhya range, all the mountain ranges continued to be sad, for they could not attract Rama to select them for his residence. Lakshmana had the unique chance of feasting his eyes upon the lotus feet of Sita and Rama and imbibing the affection they bestowed on him, so he forgot everything else and immersed himself in supreme spiritual ecstasy. His mother, Sumitra Devi, wife Urmila, and his other kinsmen did not appear before his vision, even in dreams. So austere was his refusal to remember them. Sita also never recalled, even for a fraction of a second, her relatives or parents or the cities of Mithila and Ayodhya. She fixed her eyes and attention on the lotus feet of Sri Ramachandra. That was the veritable festival for her eyes. She watched the stream of sages and their consorts who came to Rama for instruction and guidance. Time flowed without her noticing the passage of night and day. The Chakora bird delights to the point of self-forgetfulness when the moon shines in the sky. So too, Sita reaped delight, fixed her eyes intently on the face of Rama. For Sita, the lovely little grass-thatched bamboo cottage was so attractive that she forgot the palace of Mithila, where she grew up, and the palace of Ayodhya, where she spent years as the princely daughter-in-law. That cottage was to her more pleasing and palatial than all the mansions she knew. Off and on, Rama related stories of ancient heroes famed in Puranic lore and described the various achievements of people who had mastered the mysteries of austerity. Sita and Lakshmana heard them eagerly and enthusiastically. In the midst of these narrations, Rama would remember his parents and remind them of their grief at being separated from them. And Sita's eyes would fill with tears at the thought of her father-in-law and mother-in-law. Drops rolled down her cheeks when she pictured the plight of Queen Kausalya. Suddenly, she pulled herself up with the thought that she was with Rama, the lion among men, that it wasn't proper to give in to sadness or anxiety in the forest while in his presence, and that whatever happened must be welcomed as the cosmic play of a Lord. Thus, Sita spent her days in undiluted happiness in the cottage with Rama and Lakshmana, and they guarded her like the lids of the eye against the slightest disturbance or noise that might affect her equanimity and raise fears in the mind. No worry affected them, no grief or pain or shade of sadness marred the happiness at Chitrakuta. End of chapter 15. Sai Ram.
Shri Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Ram Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Shri Ram ji ki महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार. सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार, सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार. श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार. श्री राम नीरज नयना मुखारविंदा, श्यामल छवि अति सुंदर राम. करुणा स्वरूप श्री राम, निर्मल स्वभाव श्री राम. करुणा स्वरूप निर्मल स्वभाव, भक्तों के प्राण गुणशीलवान. नीरज नयना मुखारविंदा, श्यामल छवि अति सुंदर राम. रविकुल मंडन दशरथ नंदन, मुनि मनरंजन नयन विराम. राम श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम, राम श्री राम. श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार. जय जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम, जय जय श्री राम. जिनकी कृपा ने आखर बितारे, एक ही बाण ने दुष्ट संहारे. सा नि प नि प नि प म प म ग म ग सा नि सा ग म प नि द प ग सा नि सा ग म प नि प सा स प नि प म प म ग म सा नि प म नि प म ग म ग सा ग म प नि नि द द द प। जिनकी कृपा ने पाथर बितारे, एक ही बाण ने दुष्ट संहारे, चरणों की धूल ने पापी उधारे। जन्मदिन उन्हीं का मना लो आज, जन्मदिन उन्हीं का मना लो आज। मुबारक हो सबको जन्मदिन की रात। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम, राम सीता राम सीता राम सीता राम। श्री राम जी की महिमा अपार, राम जी की महिमा अपार। सुन लो तो सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार, सुन लो तो बेड़ा पार। श्री राम जी की